Hello YouTube, Eyal here, and I've got an interesting question which I hope I can answer. Is ShockOfGod conservative? And by conservative I mean, is he the user conservative on Conservapedia? To start this journey, we will begin with this article, Atheism and Obesity. I will have all the links to all these articles that I'm showing here in the descriptions, so you can follow them yourself. Anyway, this article was written by, if you go to the history, it was written almost entirely by a username named Conservative on Conservapedia. We can see that here and there are changes by other people, like here for example, but most of these changes are, for example, you can see here, replaced contact with lol. Someone deleted the entire article and replaced it with just the word lol. Someone else fixed it and reverted back to the last version by Conservative. So apparently, while Conservative may not be the only one editing this, he is the one that's adding all the new information to it and taking care of it almost entirely, fighting trolls and everything. Okay, so this article is written by Conservative. In it he makes a mention, we will search down to Penn as an example of an obese atheist. Basically, one of the major claims this article is making is that atheists are angry, and angry people eat a lot, therefore atheists eat a lot and are fat. Whatever. Penn from Penn and Teller, if you don't know, addressed this article in his YouTube video on his channel. His channel name is Penn Point. Let me show you. Okay, this is the start of Penn's video. I'm not going to show the entire of it.
I don't have the web page like I usually do for the guys at Rev3 to be able to pull it up. They'll be able to find it. There's a Conservapedia? Is that one of those weird words, like they put pedia on the end of anything, like they put I in front of anything? Type of thing about atheists being fat. And whoever's in charge at Rev3 can search this and says, you know, fat atheists, or there's atheists fat, or all atheists are fat.
Here we can see he's talking about the article, and let's not get to the rest of it, but this is enough. After he made that video, we have this article popping up. Conservapedia's reply to atheist pendulets. Basically he's saying, hey, you seem to be reading this stuff, so let's have a debate. Yeah, my debate challenge to Pendulet. Now this stuff, let's go to the history, and yeah, I have here the entire history of this page, and well, I'll scroll, but you won't be able to see all of it. But this page was solely edited by the user Conservative. Conservative is the only one that wrote anything shown on that page. That means when you're saying here, my debate challenge to atheist pendulet, it is written by user Conservative. That means it is Conservative making this debate challenge. Well, next step, we have Penn's answer to that debate challenge. Now this surprised me. I was sure Penn is going to ignore him completely, as you should do with most trolls. So here is Penn's reply to that debate offer.
He or she or it challenged me to a debate, atheism versus theism, and I guess fat versus not. And I'm not going to do that. I should actually put some swearing in this because I don't want him to post. The troll site shouldn't post my videos. It insults Rev3. So
I hope Rev3 is not insulted if I post it. Basically, Penn is saying that no, he does not want to debate Conservative, and he does bring in reason, basically saying that if I'll do that, I will basically be destroying Christianity, and I have some Christian friends, and I don't want to upset them. So, in respect to them, I'm not going to destroy Christianity. So, yeah, I'm not going to debate you. Yeah, maybe a little bit too big on the ego, but who cares? This is the internet. We can do that. So, yeah, Penn is saying, "Fuck you." No, in not so many words. So, what does Shock say to this? Well, his video is over here.
Is his words. Look, it says here, and I'm going to put the link here. This is all over the blogosphere. You can find.
Now let me just explain something here. Shock is showing us this blog page. I will also have a link to this one on description. Penn, the cowardly atheist. The link to it, like I mentioned, that will be below. Now, in this page, it says that ShockOfGod is the one that challenged Penn, and Shock himself is repeating it.
Blogs on Penn Jillette cowering to my debate challenge. It says today. This is all over the blogosphere. You can find blogs on Penn Jillette cowering to my debate challenge. It says today Penn Jillette posted a video about not wanting to debate some ex-atheist Christian conservative video producer about atheism. Now, who are they talking about? They're talking about me. I'm the one that challenged him. It says,
now, mind you, ShockOfGod did not challenge Penn Jillette. I mean, on Conservapedia, the only one that wrote anything about the challenge was Conservative. So it seems like Shock is saying that he is conservative. He is the one that wrote those things on Conservapedia.
In Mr. Gillette's video, he states his reason for not debating ShockOfGod, stating that he believes him to be a troll and not a serious person to debate. Now, you know,
Now, mind you, Penn is not saying that ShockOfGod is a troll. He's not even saying that Conservative is a troll. He's saying that Conservapedia is a troll site. So, yeah, someone is, I don't know, not listening very carefully, or is twisting very carefully the words to make it seem like he's right.
Been challenged 46 times.
Yeah. No one cares how many times you've been challenged. So, it would seem that ShockOfGod is conservative. But that brings another problem. Let me show why and where. Now, this is another wiki site, rationalwiki. Apparently, it seems to be the opposite of Conservapedia, I guess. And here, this article, Conservapedia Conservative, I will not have a link to this one directly. I will just have a link to rationalwiki and the name of the topic you need to search, because in here it does give some personal information about who Conservative might be, and I don't want this video to be flagged for doctor opinion or anything, so I will not be scrolling down either, but feel free to come here and read whatever you want. But it does seem to say that the user Conservative is person A, and the user ShockOfGod, okay, okay, I moved it so you won't be able to see exactly what it says, but in the user ShockOfGod, it also gives him his name, and they're not the same person, at least according to this site, which of course could be wrong. So it does seem that, at least according to rationalwiki, the two are not the same person, and the matter has been brought up several times, and yeah, it does seem that some people think that they are the same person, but others think that they are not. So I am leaning towards the possibility that they are not the same person. Another reason why I think they're not is that it would seem that Conservative writes a lot, and Shock, as we know, makes a lot of videos. And the two properties, well, they could work together. It makes more sense that there are two different people which know each other. But now, let's come back to the video that we just saw. Now, this is the video we just saw. where Shock is talking about Penn's reply. Here's another video Shock did quite right after it,
Folks, this is Shock, and as you know, Penn
also talking about that same debate.
Gillette is an atheist, and he does things like ridicule Christianity.
Yeah, we heard about it. Here he's also showing the same site. Now notice that this time the screen is not flickering. That means that when he made this video, he did it very quickly using a camera and taking a picture of this computer screen. And he made this video a little bit later, using his home computer probably, with much clearer image. Again, using the same reading of the same blog site. Now, if you notice something at the beginning, that's something very interesting here. I'll stop it right here. The annotation at the top. To see our debate challenge to Penn Gillette, see below this video. Hour. Who is this hour that Shock is saying here? You only say hour if there are more than one person making a debate challenge. That means that it would seem that Shock and Conservative are two different people working together, and it is using Conservative account that Shock made the challenge. So I am proposing this possibility. ShockOfGod and Conservative are close friends working together using the same account on Conservapedia to edit articles. I don't know about the terms of services of Conservapedia, but I think he's breaking them. Now another thing, I bet in order to avoid getting caught doing it, they have to be using the same computer to do this thing. I mean, if they log on from different computers, the IPs can be traced, and they're risking having them both logged at the same time into different computers, and that will definitely get them a red flag. So they have to be using this only one computer to update Conservapedia. And the best way to do that is if they use the same computer at home. That would mean probably that ShockOfGod and Conservative live together. Two men in California living together. And he does seem to like to talk a lot about homosexuality. I propose that ShockOfGod is married to Conservative. I have no proof, no evidence to it, just a feeling. And if I'm right about this, I know it's a long shot, that would make ShockOfGod the greatest atheist troll on YouTube or the internet. I mean, he has fooled so many people for so long that it's just amazing. Yeah, it would be the shock of God if ShockOfGod is a gay man married to another gay man, making all these videos that we're hearing about all the time. And now let just listen to another thing here that I noticed. Yeah, right about here. This is the same video before with the where you use this camera.
Even worse, atheists tend to claim have
Listen to someone talking in the background.
reason and science on their side, yet they continually refuse to debate clear facts that present a contrary position to their own. For example, if an atheist claims that religion is the cause of all wars or most wars, you will never hear any clear example besides the Crusades or the Inquisition, etc. Now, it says more than that, Penn Gillette has constantly berated those.
It's not very clear what and who is saying at the background, but it does sound like a man talking in the background, and you could hear Shock, I guess, snapping his fingers as if saying, yeah, in a minute. And he does talk very quickly as if he's in a hurry. So one might say that it is his wife telling him to hurry up before it's too late, and him telling him, yeah, I'll be right there, dear. So it would be fun if it's true. Maybe it's not. And yeah, before someone comments about this, yes, look at the lights right here reflected in the computer. These are not your normal home lights. So yes, maybe this thing has been videotaped outside the home, some maybe in his work computer. So that would mean that the one in the background is not his wife, but still, the possibilities are just shocking. So I'll be ending this video here, leaving you with this thought. And Shock, this is my challenge to you. Show yourself. Tell us who you are. What are you afraid of? Tell us about your relationship with Conservative. Take off the helmet and come into the light, and let the truth set you free. This is Eyal, signing out.